Good afternoon, class. This is Ralph Guerrero again, and my topic is going to be about why the United States should not have the death penalty. I'm going to show you my audience. And I'm going to play you a video from CNN. It's just a little clip about a little bit of history of the death penalty. Alright, so as I said, that was just a little bit about the death penalty in the United States. Something we should know, obviously this is a very divisive topic in the United
The
States.
notorious Washington area sniper, John Allen Muhammad.
Sorry. Everyone has their own view about the death penalty, whether it is for it in every case, for it in some cases, like child molestation or rape. Everyone has their own situation where they think either it should be absolutely justified or it should never be justified. The first actual recording of an execution in the New World was in 1608 in the colony of Virginia. When we came over, the people from England and Great Britain were very much in favor of the death penalty, so that's how that happened. In my view, however, we should not have the death penalty, and I'm going to tell you a couple reasons why I don't think so. First of all, I think that we can all agree that if you have a lot of money in the United States, that is going to go a very long way to getting you acquitted of just about any type of accusation against you. And I don't feel that just because you have money, you should have a better opportunity to live than someone else. Now, in America, the most expensive lawyers get the best results. There's just no way to deny that fact. Where someone without money is going to get a point-and-court attorney no matter what the accusation is against that individual. And I don't think, again, money should play any part in determining whether your life is going to be taken from you. What are we teaching our kids if we agree with the death penalty? Do we feel, or do we tell our kids in everyday life, you should always respond to someone who does something bad or negative to you? I don't think so. And one of the last reasons is the numbers do not lie. I do not have an extremely large amount of faith in our criminal justice system for one of the reasons what I said earlier. Just in the last 23 years, over 2,000 people have been exonerated after being convicted of a crime in the United States. 873 of those were homicides. 101 death sentences have been reversed for people sitting in death row over the last 23 years. That's 101 people who we should have, by law, killed. Do we really want to make the mistake of killing someone just because they were convicted of a crime in the United States. That's the biggest reason for me. What happens to people even if you have been convicted but then exonerated? Does life just go back to normal for these individuals? I don't think so. A woman by the name of Audrey Edmonds was in jail for 11 years before being exonerated after she was convicted and sent to death row. Even though she was exonerated, her life did not go back to normal. For some reason, in some states in the United States, just because your conviction has been reversed, it does not immediately come off your record. Some people take decades and even almost 2 decades for those convictions to come off their records. And for potential employers, even if you see someone who, when asked the question, have you ever been convicted of a felony? What happens to these people who say yes, but it was later overturned? The lawyer still has that in their mind that, the employer who's looking to hire someone is still going to, whether knowingly or subconsciously, hold that against you. Sabrina Butler was sentenced to death in 1989. She was later exonerated and let go in 1995. It took her over 10 years just to be able to get a hunting license because it was never expunged from her record. 17 years just to get a hunting license because for some reason, whatever the causes were, when she stood trial, she was convicted for a crime she did not commit. There was a study done by Ohio State. They surveyed 188 judges, prosecutors, and policemen. Their study found that there is probably 10,000 people every year who are wrongfully convicted. This is for any kind of crimes. And I'm not going to put nearly 10,000 people a year in front of the situation where they may have their life taken from them. Here's my final point. If there are, let's just make it easy and say, 100 people who are convicted of homicide, killing another human being, and we get 99% of those cases correct, is killing the one person that we were wrong about, that couldn't afford an attorney, that was in the wrong place at the wrong time, is killing that one person enough to keep the other 99 people on death row? And here's my final point. People who are convicted of these felonies and go to jail, they sit on death row for an average of 15 years. We're still paying to keep them incarcerated for 15 years. I just feel that getting the majority of these right is not enough for taking innocent people's lives. The whole reason that people who are in favor of the death penalty want to send people to the chair or lethal injection is because they took an innocent person's life. So should we not feel the same about taking a wrongfully convicted person? Thank you. This has been my point. I can't wait to hear what your responses are, and I'll show you my audience again.